welcome to this week's Link for Growth South West Herts TV show. This week Chris is back from his travels and is reporting on a big L4G initiative starting in Rickmansworth on Monday. Catherine and I are covering local news and events, and as usual there's quite a few of them at this time of year because it's in the lead up to Christmas. And Neal has lots of sports news about Watford and Kings Langley FC. As usual, you can contact us at via Twitter at L4G SW Herts, at L4G SW Herts on Twitter. And Chris, you're going to talk about, well, several things today, but first of all, the Kickstarter initiative in Rickmansworth.
Yeah, the Kickstarter initiative starts on Monday. So we've started in St Albans, we've started in Watford, and of course the next place is Rickmansworth with Bedford to follow swiftly after, and Cardiff. So lots going on with 60 or so towns going to be going through this process in the next 12 months. So lots to look forward to there, but good to have a couple on our doorstep starting off.
Okay, that's really good. And also you're going to be talking about the big skate, which starts tomorrow.
I'm going to be talking about the big skate, and you can see I'm next to the big skate actually. It's the big, looking like it's going to rain skate actually at this second. Okay. So my broadcast might be abrupt as my technology begins to get wet. But yeah, so big skate, we've got that going on.
Okay, that's great, and hopefully we'll see you skating around a bit later as well.
I think that's highly unlikely, to be fair.
Okay, well we hope to have Neal on. We've had a few technical issues with Neal, which is why we started a bit late. Neal will be reporting on the Manchester United game, and also talking about Watford Councils speculation and style of management. And there's news that will make that for Kings Langley. And Catherine, you have lots of local news and events.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I've got an article about TfL throwing money at the Croxley Rail Link. A bit of an update there on what's going on. I've got a survey that the local council wants to do about exercise and fitness in the town for facilities in the town, and loads of Christmas things going on in Rickmansworth, Kings Langley, and Watford. So yeah, more of that later.
Okay, that sounds really good. But let's first of all start with Chris. Sorry, Link for Growth events. In the past week, there haven't been that many events because of the way the Link for Growth schedule works against the calendars and that sort of thing. Some weeks there are an awful lot, and a couple of weeks every now and again there are only one or two. This week there were only two. That was a coffee on Monday in Northwood, and on Monday evening there was one, a Link for Coffee at Reason Cafe. Again, that went on till 7 o'clock at night, and that was well attended. So, Chris, welcome back from your travels.
Thank you very much. Yeah, nice to be back. I tell you something, I felt completely out of touch not being on the show for a couple of weeks. Really quite remarkable. It's amazing how you get used to hearing all the local stuff, and then suddenly you haven't got it at your fingertips, and you really do feel quite like you've sort of left town, as I had really, I suppose.
Well, I suppose you had, but as I said, the big skate starts at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, and you're down there to find out more about it.
Yeah, well, I'm down here just to sort of give you a bit of a bird's eye view of what's happening down here. So this was I'm almost in the same position, I think, as the guy who took the picture in the Watford Observer this week. But as you can see in front of me, there is a much larger skating rink than there was last year. This is I think a grown-up version of what we had last year, which was kind of like a baby version. And you can see that white building beyond it. I believe that's where you're going to be able to get sort of stuff like hot drinks and other sort of skating fare, as it were. I don't think they're going to be doing après ski there, to be fair, but you should be able to get warmed up, and I think that's where you're going to be able to get your boots and stuff. So it's opening up tomorrow morning from 11 AM, and apparently there are skating demonstrations and exhibitions from a crowd from Birmingham. I'm sure, right, if we'd have worked a bit harder, we would have been able to find somebody from around here to do some skating. Don't you? Why do we have to get to Birmingham to get some skating? It's just a thought. Throw it in there, just for the hell of it, as it were.
Okay, that's really good. But talking about both ski, of course, Reason Coffee is just around the corner well, not around the corner, it's right next to the ice cream. So there's walking hot chocolate or coffee or something like that. But there's also the German market. It's now been there from just over a week.
Can you say that again? I didn't quite catch that.
I said there's also the German market. Talking about those ski or après skate.
Yeah. So I've not seen this market yet, right? So I'm gonna do a little bit of walking right now and just take you on a little bit of a view of what we've got here. Now they are still assembling this, so we're not out of the woods yet, and it's going quite well by the looks of it. They got a few things going on here. I'm just going to take a little gander. You can see behind me they're just still putting up these. I don't think this is part of the decoration. They are actually still assembling it. But we got sausages here. Look, we got some. Chapman's quite cold there. I hope they're warm. But anyway, and we've got. I don't know what this looks like. Looks like a manger, doesn't it? To be fair, but it's not. It's actually I think hot drinks here. So yeah. So what are you one of the guys serving here?
You're serving you.
You are
3 persons for every customer.
3 persons. 3 what? 3 people serving for each customer. Yeah, that busy, right?
One makes the best mold wine, the other one gives a massage, and the next one gives a manicure or something like that.
You're not from. You're not.
This is for everyone.
Are you from Germany?
Yeah, we are, of course.
Yeah.
Nearly the whole market is from Germany.
Really?
Yeah, it's German Christmas market.
No.
Yeah, really.
So what you got? What have you got? You got some mulled wine and stuff here as well.
Sorry.
You
Mulled wine and alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks.
Okay, fantastic. So we're doing a little bit of a TV show for South West Herts, which is what I'm doing right now. So you're actually live on air.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
What have you done here?
Yeah. Oh look, that's a way of clearing the decks. Thanks for talking to us.
You're welcome. But please next time, warn me before.
Yeah, no problem. There you go. So they didn't even know they were on air. Brilliant. I like it. And here we got some interesting stuff. What have we got here? I'm just going to show you a little bit. We got this there. That's chips, is it? Or chips, potatoes. Is that? What's that in there? What is that?
This is a goulash.
Goulash
From pork.
from pork. Yeah.
Pork.
So that's Hungarian, isn't it? I mean, this is German market. The goulash is
German market.
but that's Hungarian food. Now. I know that's Hungarian food. And what else have we got? What have we got here?
Chicken curry.
Oh, what curry?
Chicken curry.
Chicken curry. This looks absolutely fantastic. I am going to come down here and have a go at some of this a bit later on. And that's roasted vegetables, is it?
Decoration.
Just decoration. And you got some wine behind there as well.
We cook
Are you on FaceTime?
this and take it in.
It's a news report!
Yeah. Brilliant stuff. So thank you for that. This looks really nice
Who
actually.
is that on the phone?
It's me. I'm just doing a report on this, show it on this market.
Wait, can show us on the thing.
There you go, look, I'm going to put you on the camera. There you go, so you'll be on the TV show now. Yeah. South West Herts TV. Right, so here we go, we've got loads of sweets here and everything, look. A real pick and mix affair here. It's all very impressive, isn't it? What else have we got? Let's have a look, what else have we got here? Now look, we got Nutella. Right, that's German, if ever I saw it. Hiya, you alright? So what are you doing here?
The German Christmas story.
Christmas Stoller, we all know about that, won't you, Diane? I haven't got a clue what you're talking about. I've never had any of that.
Very nice.
Actually, I'm gonna try some now. Look, I'm gonna try some. Look, here we go. Where are you, camera? There you go. Look. See that? I'm gonna have that. That's really rather good. Well done.
I hope you like the marzipan.
Sorry?
I hope you like the marzipan.
No, I think what I am going to do, I'm going to try some of that mulled wine on the show next week. Now I'm just going to, so that's quite interesting. We've got some German stuff there, but we've also got Hungarian goulash there, which is an interesting combination. You can see now that we've got the Christmas lights out as well. When did these Christmas lights go on? I missed it.
I think it was last Thursday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Last Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know which celeb we had down to do it, but yeah, big do on last Thursday.
Am I looking okay on this camera? Because it's pretty dark out here, I have to be fair.
You're looking fine, Chris.
Okay. It is rather picturesque in the town centre, I must admit. You can see behind me the lights. It's really quite nice. I'm going to walk down now. And now this is the interesting bit, isn't it? Because now this German market is open, the normal market's all been squashed up. And I use the term squashed on purpose because it is squashed. And I'm just going to come to that area now. So I'm going to put the camera on front facing again so you can see where I actually am. And so here's the beginning of Gate House. There you go, Gate House. So our regular folk are crammed in here, and it's really busy. I mean, I guess one of the real advantages is it looks really busy. There's a load going on. Which reminds me, I've got to get some chicken for tonight, so don't let me forget that, will you? Yeah, so we got loads of food here. We got stacks of food in the high street going on here. We got, hello mate, how you doing? You're not bad, are you? You alright? Good stuff. So, we got food coming out of our ears here. We've got Gary. Now this is a good position for Gary. Gary, the grocer, is now under the bridge. So he's got himself a nice spot there, which is at the T-junction of the market and the German market, and of course the regular market. And here we go. We're now entering the what can only be considered to be the drinks area, I reckon. And this is open until 10 o'clock at night. I don't know whether you can still hear me, it's quite noisy here. Typical sort of German sort of hut thing going on. Yeah, I don't know if you can see through there, so look at that, very German-like, isn't it? All very, I haven't a clue what this is though. What is this thing next to me? It's sort of odd, bizarre thing that, but anyway, then we've got, what do we got here? Sweets and candy and nuts and stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah. These are nice. Aren't they? You see these on the streets in different places. So it's all very nice. And you got more huts with drinks. What are you selling here? Let me go and ask them. What are you selling here, guys? We're on TV here. We're on South West Herts TV live. So I'm just. Speak with the man. What man?
Well, I'm not sure what's happened to Chris there. I think
Nobody found the man.
Yes, I think the man may have grabbed him.
Well, we'll come back to him later, shall we?
Well, we'll come back to that. Thanks for that, Chris. We hope to see you again soon.
What a mysterious ending.
Yes, very mysterious. Anyway,
moving on.
As I said, big skate off starts tomorrow. there's big skating groups starting at 11 o'clock to open the rink. The rink is then open all the way through December and on into the first week of January. When it closes, it's open till 9 o'clock each evening. As you saw, it's a bit bigger than it was last year. So, Catherine, lots of news from South West Herts.
Yes, TfL. The government has asked TfL to stand in, basically, and...
Hear me?
Oh, hello. No. The government has asked TfL to stand in and help out with the running of the Croxley Rail Link project. Basically, they've gone over budget already before they've even started, and they needed an extra £2.73 million so that the building works can actually start. The problems are that they couldn't make a start without the funding being secure. So they're now saying that construction will start next year, and it will boost the West Hertfordshire economy by £2 billion, apparently. They've agreed the extra cash now, and said the work will get underway next year, but trains will not start running there until December 2019. So it's going to be a little while yet. By 2020, we'll have built a 400-metre viaduct, 2 completely new stations, numerous new and reconstructed bridges along the route, transforming transport links in Watford. So it's going to be quite a major building structure going up, but the hope is that it will make quite a difference once it's all in place. So we're hoping that things run smoothly and the budgets don't increase even further during that time.
Yes, because they've doubled and then doubled again or something, haven't they?
Exactly, yes. I mean, there's no guarantee. I mean, it seems slightly ironic that the government has taken over. I mean, their track record on budgets and spending and timings isn't all that good, is it? But,
well, we won't editorialise, but I'm glad to say we've got Chris back. Hi, Chris.
Wi-Fi decided to cut it in, and of course I got lost.
Maybe the man had caught up with you, whoever he was.
Yeah, I was getting arrested almost there by German cooks there, but anyhow, I'm just near the end of this little segment actually, and I just thought I'd show you this lovely scene here, which is down on the market here. As you can you see that on the main screen there? We've got a lovely manger setting there. I'm not sure how popular that's going to be fair, but
I think it's quite nice, because after all, there wouldn't be a German market and all this stuff going on if it wasn't for Christmas. And I think it's very easy to lose the whole Christmas in shopping. But there you go.
Yeah, maybe my cynicism is getting the better of me there. And I thought there were going to be more bars actually, but here we've got more sausages and stuff here at this side of the thing. And this is kind of the entrance here, you see. So I suppose officially around here, I'm sure they might put some lights on these trees at some point. But so this, I'm going to go back a little bit here. This is the start of your German market. Alright, here we go. I'm just going to go back a little bit so you can see the whole thing in all its glory. There you go, that's what it looks like from the outside. So, what do you reckon, folks? Not sure about the Father Christmas on the top there, but hey ho, that's just me. Maybe I'm being bar humbug.
Okay, well, the thing is, I think it's better one location because I don't think it quite works as it currently does. I get that feeling that you're of the same opinion.
You've got the feeling what, sorry?
You're of the same opinion. It doesn't quite work because it's split over 2 locations.
Yeah, it's not a bad location. I think it will be popular. It's open until from 11 in the morning until 10 at night. When I was talking with the guy, he said that they've actually been reasonably busy so far. So, you know, let's hope that the actual regular normal market traders haven't been compromised too much, and that the whole thing works as a unit really well. You know, it's different, it's interesting, it's making the high street different, and I hope it does bring in the crowds. I think Watford's got a lot going on this year. It's a testimony to the council and the big events and all that stuff. And yes, they could have done it a little bit better in terms of consultation, but ultimately it's here now.
Yeah, it's that spot with the dodgy Wi-Fi again, isn't it?
It is. Well, hopefully Chris will be back in a moment. Chris, are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Well, can't see you.
You can't see me?
No, that's better.
Can you see me now?
Yeah.
Can you see me now or not?
Yes, you can. The picture's a bit pixely, but it's not great. But
Okay. Well, I've been switching in and out of bloody Wi-Fi. I don't know what's the matter with this phone. It seems to have taken on a life of its own today. Anyway, so that's German market crossed off your list. What else have I got?
You've got community Kickstart initiative in Rickmansworth.
Yep. This is not a big story. It's starting on Monday, 6 p.m. The Fox and Hounds. Patrick Elson, the guy down there who's involved in the pub, the manager, is going to be very active in Rickmansworth, what he already is, and he's spearheading that down there. Debbie King, who's involved in the transition stuff, she'll be part of that team. Hopefully Les Mead. I'm going to be down there with them, and we've got a few other people. Debbie's going to rope in down there, so we're going to hope to get the core team in place between 5 and 10 this side of Christmas, with a view to launching the whole thing at the back end of January come February next year. So, and really what if I could just summarise very briefly what Community Kickstarter Initiative is all about. Essentially, you've got two main controlling elements of any town. You've got the council, who are looking after public funds and disbursements, and you've got big businesses who bring people to the town and get people to spend money. And pretty much like politics in the government, it's big business and politics that run the show. And what the Community Kickstarter Initiative is about providing a platform for the local people to engage and start to report on all the good things that they're doing locally, so we can get much more engagement and much more action. So that takes care of the people, and what happens is that as that grows, of course, the councillors need to engage with the community and get involved in what they're doing, because if they don't, they won't be elected again. And also the big businesses need to get involved and take a bit more corporate social responsibility, and they'll have a lot more pressure on them to do that. And of course, if they don't, then people won't buy from them. So it's very simple, really, and it's a way of getting the power back where it ought to be, which is with the people, and giving them a platform to do that. So that's in essence what it is. A link for business, of course, is allowing the business community of all small businesses, of which we're all of that type, by the way, where we can get together with the other local businesses and we can start to work for us, the small businesses, as a real lobby group, which compares then in terms of turnover to the bigger businesses that are out in the town. So those people haven't got a voice at the moment either. So what we're doing here is giving a voice to the people that hitherto haven't had a voice, and that's why it's so important that we get these things done.
Okay, so if you want to get involved in the Community Kickstarter Initiative, Rickmansworth will be one that started in Watford, what do you have to do?
Well, basically, the first thing we've got to do is create a team of people, invite them to a meeting. Now that meeting, we want to know, there's 9 segments to the community, And basically what we need to do is we need to have representatives from each of those segments so that we can see all the good things that are going on and do an audit of all the good things out there and all the good people that are doing stuff, get them recognised, get that information into a place where it can be shared, and we've built a platform to do that. That's basically the community hub, and we can really start to get this information out into the public space, because once it's out there and people know what's going on, of course more people are going to engage with it, and that's exactly what needs to happen. It's not about having more money, it's about having more people knowing what's going on, a bit like having a conversation. If you have a conversation, stuff happens. If you don't have a conversation, nothing happens. So this is creating a platform for really empowering the local people and the local tiny businesses to really start to create the community that they want to live in.
Okay, and they can just turn up at the meeting or find out more by googling it on
Yeah, I mean the Watford one's on the 7th of December at Reason Coffee Shop. That starts at 7, so I think it's 7, it might be 6 actually, I'm not sure actually, I'll have to check that. But anyway, so we've got one next week and one the week after.
Okay, that's absolutely true. Thanks for that, Chris, and glad to hear that the man didn't get you.
No, I'm still here, I'm still alive, and I'm still walking. They haven't taken me away.
Okay,
I will catch up with you all later, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Cheers, bye now.
Okay, well, Catherine, we've already talked about the TFL link and everything, but that's not the only news from Watford Borough Council, is there? They want you to fill in an exercise survey.
Yes, absolutely. There's an online survey that the council are asking residents to fill in. They want to know what you're into. They want to know what works for you. There are already various free facilities around at the moment. These include badminton on Saturdays at Watford Central Leisure Centre, that's the Everyone Active Leisure Centre. There's skateboarding at Watford YMCA, and there's walking football for the over 40s at Watford Grammar School on Wednesdays. But they're interested in providing more. They want to be able to get people active of all ages, you know, whether it's family fun, whether it's for young people, older people. So they want our views on sport and fitness classes in and around the area. I'll post up the link. It's a bit long to reel off, but if you fill in the survey, then you can let them know what it is that you're into, what would interest you. Everybody who takes part in the survey will be entered into a prize draw, which is fantastic. You can win family tickets for the big skate, which, as Chris was saying, is the bigger and better outdoor rink by Watford Pond. And there's other prizes as well, including a month's free membership of Watford Everyone Active gyms and swimming pools. There's a £25 JD Sports voucher, and there's a £50 Amazon voucher or Watford FC match tickets. So it would be good if everybody could fill in the survey. You could win a prize as well and get some more fitness and leisure facilities for your town.
Which is an absolutely fantastic idea.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. And Watford Heath. Now that's part of Watford that we don't often hear about, but there's been quite a lot of work done on the green spaces in that area or that part of Watford.
Absolutely, yeah. It's actually, yeah, you're right. It's a bit of a tucked away part of Watford. If you're heading towards Lower High Street, towards the Lower High Street train station, carry on down to your right, sort of around where the pump house is, or around that area and beyond, you start heading into Watford Heath. And there's some really nice areas around there. Yeah, there's been some work from the council recently. They've been restoring some of the historical railings. The War Memorial has been given a new setting. There's been some clearance of signs and bits and pieces. Some of the trees have had a bit of a makeover and maybe some pruning and things. Timber tree seats installed, and there's also some new lighting and some new cycle equipment there for cyclists. They've also planted a load of bulbs as well, so come spring it will all look very pretty around there. But yeah, it has a bit of a feel of a village green around it, and it is a nice space. I know some of the local schools use the green area as well for some of their sports events. So it's nice to see that there's some work gone into looking after these areas, and people are generally very pleased that this thoughtful restoration has been taking place.
Okay, that's really good. Watford Council have also, in a slightly heavier, weightier matter, released their audited accounts for the year 2014-15. This is a legal obligation that the council have to do. They've had several major increases in funding, such as just over £1/3 from planning fees, which obviously shows a lot of development going on in Watford. They saved £310,000 on benefit and other housing allowances. They've had new homes bonus funding of just over £1 million, and they have underspent just over £110,000 on repairs and maintenance of operational buildings due to improved procurement and contractual management. So the report's not all bad. This is a legal obligation that, as I said, Watford Council have to issue each and every year. They have to put this out there if you are interested. It is quite a weighty read. It goes to 107 pages. But on the other hand, I think it's one of those things that if you're interested in the way that local government works and where it spends its money, it's probably well worth at least having a look through some of the articles in here, some of the things that are saying. For example, it's saying that Council have approved the ability to borrow up to £13 million to facilitate the total regeneration of the health campus projects. Repayments of such loans are being made from developments, from receipts from the development. So it's got all of that sort of information in there. So it gives you a good idea of the way the council is thinking, the way they're doing their forward planning, and so it's a good source of information if you are interested in local and political issues. Okay, Catherine, well, thanks very much for the news so far. I know you're going to be back a bit later on with lots of local charity events and stuff like that, and it's time for Neal. Neal, are you there? Yes. Hi, Neal.
Hello, sorry, I was just with a customer.
That's okay, we know how it is. Anyway, I briefly gave a quick summing up and everything, and what struck me is, maybe it's because it's been Manchester United, but it's been a massive week in terms of the amount of coverage to do with Watford FC.
Yeah, I think everyone was really surprised how good we were in the second half against Manchester United.
Only the second half?
1 second. 1 second. 1 second, though.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's my sense of humour this time of year.
Okay, well, obviously Neal has got someone who's just come in. So, Catherine, we're just going to have to change the running order again, I'm afraid.
For a minute there, I thought you were going to get me to talk about football, and I was starting to panic at that point.
Well, you did do a very good job the other week when Neal wasn't around talking about the Watford Arsenal game, if I remember.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, but look, there's lots of charity stuff on, and we'll start with the Rickmansworth Christmas evening, which starts this evening at 5 o'clock. Purely simply because it starts in, well, 15 minutes time.
Absolutely, yes. If you want to get to the start, then stop watching this and run down there now. But actually, it goes on all evening. So yes, there's lots of things going on down there. This is something they've held before, and it seems to be gaining strength over the years. So yeah, starting at 5, going through till 9 this evening, Rickmansworth will be packed. With entertainment, festivities, stalls. Santa's going to be there. I've heard he's pretty good fun. And lots and lots of things. I think there's a lantern parade as well. There's a marching band. And it says here for the first time they've actually got a Christmas market in the town as well. And it looks like they've got some pantomime characters wandering around. Watersmeet is doing Cinderella this year. So she'll be having a look at the market stalls. Prince Charming will be there. Obviously, it's worth going just to see Prince Charming. Ugly Sisters, and of course your lovely selves. Have a lovely time. Good old Rickmansworth.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a way of trying to encourage shopping activity into Rickmansworth, which has taken a bit of a hit with the bridge closure for the past 6 weeks or so, leading up to this week.
Yeah, it's there's been a lot of complaints, hasn't there, about access and also the fact that the work on the bridge has been delayed. It was supposed to have been finished earlier. It's not going to be, and people are concerned that people are thinking, well, should we head into Rickmansworth? Are we going to be able to park? Are we going to be able to get around? Well, you can actually. There is access, so do go on down, support the local traders, support the town. It's a thriving, bustling area.
Okay, and of course, if you can't make it down this evening, but you still want more Christmas lights, you can go to Kings Langley tomorrow afternoon.
Yes, tomorrow afternoon, again from 5. They've got a light switch on at 5 o'clock. But yeah, it sounds like it's going to be all guns blazing down at Kings Langley. They've got fireworks in the evening, so that's definitely something to watch out for. Again, Santa will be popping in there as well. Clearly, he's doing the rounds. There's lots of rides for kids. Radio Decorum will be down at Kings Langley as well, reporting on things. And I think this starts earlier in the day. I think it starts at 3 in the afternoon. So there's stalls, there's market stalls, but the light switch on will be at 5 when it'll be dark. Goes on till 7 in the evening. So yeah. Ricky tonight, Kings Langley tomorrow.
Yeah, just to add to that the High Street in Kings Langley is going to be closed from 1 o'clock, so they have a couple of hours to set up.
Yeah, that's good to know if you are driving in, then something to bear in mind.
Yeah, and talking of tomorrow, it's Link for Growth wine tasting.
Yes. Well, I have my tickets. Do you have yours?
Well, since I'm organising it, yes.
Well, yes, all right then, yes. Speaking to the wider public, there are still some tickets available. Not many, so do be quick. You can contact anybody in Link for Growth and be able to put you in touch with somebody selling tickets, or just wander into Reason Coffee Shop. Neal has some tickets. They're £25 a head. It's a wonderful evening. There's been a couple of these before, and they're so successful. Lots of lovely wines to taste, loads of information about the wines, and obviously a chance to order some for Christmas. Absolutely ideal gift, either for yourselves or, obviously something to go with the turkey on Christmas Day. So this is tomorrow evening at Reason Coffee Shop. 7:30 for a 7:45 prompt start, and say £25 a head. Let us know if you'd like some tickets.
Okay, that's great, and we'll talk about some other events that are happening in Rickmansworth a bit later on after I've spoken to Neal about the sport.
Okay, see you in a bit.
Okay. Hi, Neal.
I am back, sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, we were talking about Man United and the coverage Watford were getting in the paper this week. So it was the performance in the first half actually was probably our worst this season so far. But the coverage we're getting is, I think, down to the fact that in the second half we gave them a bit of a shock, and we managed to pull it back to 1-1. And we were incredibly unlucky not to get something out of it, because it was an own goal deep into injury time that cost Watford the game. But yet again, they proved they deserve to be in the Premiership.
Yeah, there's kind of like an interesting stat appeared on Sky Sports website that if the table ended after, if games ended after 45 minutes, Watford would be something like 4th.
I hadn't actually seen that, but it doesn't surprise me. We don't let many goals in the first half, so and we're a lot higher than everyone. If you look at everyone's prediction leagues, what they predicted all season, we would have been in the bottom 1 or 2, and we're 13th, so we're doing well.
Yeah, and a lot of current and former players and managers are reviewing Watford seasons to date, because of course we're third the way through the season now, aren't we?
Yeah, we're getting to the stage where teams at the bottom are really going to be starting to panic, because there's only one team ever stayed up who was bottom at Christmas, and Aston Villa are looking like they're going to be that team at the moment, and everyone's surprised that Watford in mid-table. But not former manager Graham Taylor or ex-Watford player and legend Luther Blissett. They, like me, expect us to finish mid-table. I'm also getting a lot of praise from other ex-players and managers. Glenn Hoddle is very impressed and says we deserve to be where we are as well.
Yeah, and it's not just Glenn Hoddle, it's Bruce Grobbelaar, the former Liverpool player as well, has said the same thing. And some of the sports journalists are also saying the same thing, like Darren Fletcher, who was really surprised about how good Watford are and where they are in the league.
Yeah, well, I don't think they were really paying attention last season to the owners. I've said it before. The owners' philosophy. They were just looking at the headlines of the 4 managers going and the players coming in and out. But it's the underlying philosophy of the owners that have led to this, and being brave enough to get rid of managers when they want to, and bringing in Kike Flores.
Yeah. And talking of the owners, Troy Deeney's been saying how good it is to work for the Gino Pozzo, who's the owner of Watford.
Yeah, he plays a massive part in the club's running. He moved over from Italy to take over the reins, so they have a very hands-on thing, but they're there for all the players. They're very open, they're very friendly, and they really are football people. They're not in it for the money.
Yeah, which is really good, because the previous owner, it was a bit of a roller coaster under his stewardship, wasn't it?
It was. In fact, Watford have had a successive string of owners who have promised things, taken money out of the club, promised they had money they didn't have. It was really worrying times, and yeah, we were almost wound up at one stage. So to have owners that have the financial backing, have the structure with the other clubs in Europe that they can help Watford out, is refreshing, to say the least.
Yeah, and I mean that's really good. But the role of the coach in this system that Watford have is not that common in the UK, is it? So Kike Sanchez Flores is more of a coach rather than a manager, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. So that the signings will be done by the owners, by the Pozzos. They will tell Kike Flores who's coming a lot of the time. So sometimes he doesn't have any say over who's coming in. But I think they do trust him enough, because we certainly wouldn't have had Gerardo in the team if Kike Flores hadn't asked for him. So they have got a coach that they trust. So it sounds like it's working really well as a partnership. But yeah, the day-to-day role, he is the coach. He won't have anything to do with the pay negotiations or the contract negotiations, apart from telling the manager he likes that player.
Yeah, and he's already saying that he can see where Watford can get better. They're not quite at the place where he wants them to be, but he's pleased with what they've done so far.
Yeah, he says they're not where they want them to be, but that's no surprise. He only came in the summer. He didn't have that long to work with them. He went about tightening them up at the back and making them hard to beat, but now we've started scoring goals and picking up points as well. But anyone who watches them regularly will agree. It would have only taken a little bit of luck here and there. We'd have had another 6 points on the table, and then all of a sudden you're in one of the European places almost. So I think he's been really encouraged by what he's seen, and he feels he can push them that extra 10% to get those extra points.
Well, that's fabulous. I mean, let's hope that they do make it into Europe, because it would be an achievement way beyond what people were predicting.
This league now is totally opened up. All the teams have money now. It used to be just a one team league, then a 2-team league. But as Leicester are showing at the moment, anyone can make a run and get up the top, because everyone's beating each other. It's become a very different league to what it was a few years back.
Yeah, and talking of different leagues and being a different league, as it were, there's also already talk. I mean, it's not even December yet. There's already talk about signings. So Deeney's agent, Mika Ricketts, is saying that the Pozzos will make a couple of new signings in the January window. Flores has said he hasn't made had any discussions about who he's going to bring in. And of course, there's been all this stuff about linking Watford to former Spurs player Abid Dior. So what do you think they need? What do you think they'll get in terms of players coming in? Or who do you think they might get?
It's a difficult one, because we already have quite a big squad. But as injuries showed last week, our centre-back position is a little bit perilous if we don't have cover for that. I think Troy Deeney's agent probably let that slip and wasn't meant to. I know he works very closely with the Pozzos, and so he probably wasn't meant to let that slip, and I'm sure Kike Flores was saying that tongue-in-cheek, because he will know where he's short. I would say we need another really good centre midfielder and maybe a centre back. Up front, what's the strange thing is we don't know how good the replacements are because it's just been Troy Deeney and Igalo all year so far. So we've got 3 players who haven't had a game, and we have no idea if they can come in and do the job if these 2 players get injured.
Yeah, well, I mean, Deeney and Igalo between them have scored, what, 30 goals this season?
Not that many.
Sorry, 10 goals so far. They're on target for 30 goals this season.
Yeah, which would be a great return in the Premiership. You're never going to score the same as you did in the Championship, but they're on target to get a good number of goals.
Yeah. Okay, so it's not only is it Watford that we follow on this programme, but we also talk about, we're going to talk about the Villa game. Sorry. The expectations are on Watford to win tomorrow, aren't they?
Yeah, things have turned around massively in the last few weeks. All the pundits were saying we were going to lose, and all of a sudden, Aston Villa, this has been described as the worst game they could possibly have at this stage in their season. And someone the other day asked me why would that be, and it's quite simple because their fans will be expecting to beat Watford, and we're going to turn up there and give them a really tough game. So if they lose, it's going to be soul destroying for them because they're a team that believes they should be in the Premiership, and they're quite likely going to get beaten by a better team, and it could be the nail in the coffin, really.
Yeah, I mean they've got a new manager themselves, haven't they, at Villa?
They have, but he doesn't seem to have the new manager effect. They got roundly trounced last week. Let's hope the new manager effect doesn't kick in on Saturday.
Exactly, so fingers crossed on that. But Watford have got 1 or 2 injury concerns, as you were alluding to earlier, haven't they, in the centre-back position and 1 or 2 other places.
Yeah, I'm not fully aware of the injuries apart from Prodal, but we've got a big enough squad, so I'm not really worried about that. I just hope he doesn't make the same mistake. I said last week he probably wouldn't put Gerardo in the game because he doesn't like rushing players back, and he did pick him, and that was why we looked poor in the first half. He completely disrupted the team, and it was when he went off at half time that we gained the pace that we needed. So I'd be surprised if he plays him. I'm not worried about injuries. We've got a big enough squad.
Okay, right. So you're predicting a Watford win, especially since Grealish, the Aston Villa star player, is unavailable for the game.
I don't think it matters who's available for them. They're just not playing as a team. They're not playing for the club. I can't see anything else than a Watford win.
Right. Okay. Well, you've got a pretty good record so far. So let's hope that you continue that good win. And it's been a fabulous week for Kings Langley, hasn't it? They made it 4 successive wins, and someone scored a hat-trick.
Yeah, Kings Langley won 4-2 against Ware, and Weiss, I presume it's a German spelling, but probably an English person. Weiss scored 3 goals. I haven't actually had time to look at the league, but obviously being in 6th last place and being a very tight league, they're going to be really pushing towards the playoff positions now. Yeah,
I mean they're now 5th in the league, and tomorrow they're away against top table toppers, aren't they?
So they're going to get challenged. They're a small club. There's much bigger teams, and this will be a test to see how good they really are.
Yeah, because they're playing St Ives, who are top of the league. Having played 17 games, we've got 35 points, and Kings Langley are 5th and played 15 with 31 points. So
it just shows how tight it is. I mean, if it's massive. If they win tomorrow, that's absolutely huge.
Yeah. So if I'm right, if Kings Langley win their games in hand, and St Ives, Kings Langley would be in front of St Ives.
Yeah, they'll be above them, but I don't like the whole games in hand argument. Points on the board are all that really matter. The problem with games in hand, you end up backing up and having a lot of games in a short period of time, and very few teams actually pick up the points from games in hand that form says they should.
Okay, well, I'm not a big football fan like yourself, so I bow to your experience and wisdom. Okay, well, thanks for all of that, Neil, and I think we've got lots to look forward to this weekend.
Yep, I'm looking forward to seeing everyone at the wine tasting. And have we mentioned the march?
No, I was just going to do that very briefly at the end.
Okay, cool. Well, when you do, pop in and see me at Reason Coffee Shop, anyone who's on it. All right, let's speak later.
Take care.
Cheers.
Okay, cheers. So, Catherine.
Yeah.
We're back to Rickmansworth Green Social Event.
Back at Rickmansworth again. It all seems to be happening over there at the moment, doesn't it?
Well, you can tell who's got the most effective press department.
Yes, yes, quite. Yes, they're having their second green social in the cafe in the park. This is in the Aquadrome, and this is on the 28th of November from 11 in the morning till 1 in the afternoon. Basically, they're meeting together to get some ideas together about green issues, projects concerning green issues, and what they can do in the local area. So, if that's something that interests you, then go along. That's Saturday, 28th of November, 11 till 1, cafe in the park.
Okay, that's great. And we talked about the hospice to hospice walk for the Michael Sobel Hospice, and it takes place this weekend. Yep,
absolutely. Again, this is tomorrow. This is Councillor James Bond from Harrow Council. He's organised a walk. It's an 8-mile walk from St Luke's Hospice in Kenton to the Michael Sobel Hospice in Northwood. He's asked family, friends, and anybody else who wants to get involved to join him in the walk. It's bringing together people who have a connection with either one or both of the hospices. So anybody who's lost a loved one or just wants to support the charity, get involved. Registration is free, but participants are asked to raise some sponsor money. Obviously, money going to split between the two hospices. You can find more details at the Michael Sobel Hospice website, which is www.michaelsobelhospice.co.uk, and that's tomorrow.
Okay, and on Sunday there's the Advent Fair in Rickmansworth.
Back in Rickmansworth, yes. Sunday the 29th of November. This is 9 in the morning till 1 in the afternoon. Our Lady Help of Christians Church Hall in Park Road, Rickmansworth. They're going to have stalls, they're going to have goods, they're going to have Christmas goodies, chocolate, sweets, cakes, jewellery, health and beauty products, crafty items, I'm sure as well, face painting, Christmas cards, wrapping paper, and more. So go along and help support a variety of local charities that they're raising money for. It's just £2 to get in, and I'm sure there'll be a lovely festive spirit there as well.
Okay, and this always strikes me as a bit strange. Watford Rural Parish Council Christmas. There's a rural parish council in South Oxley, but it's almost a unique institution apparently in terms of its place within local government structures, and they're holding a fun day on the 5th.
Yes. This is taking place in the South Oxley shopping precinct. If you've been to South Oxley, head into South Oxley. It's just on the right-hand side. There's usually some parking round the back there as well. But yeah, this is on the 5th of December from 11 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. Entry is free. All the rides are just £1. So nice and simple, nice and cheap. There's loads and loads of people going along. It'll be a fantastic event. They've got there's a choir singing Christmas carols. There's funfair attractions. Obviously, Father Christmas will be there after doing his rounds this weekend. He just carries on really up till Christmas, so he will be around. Go and see him. He's got lots of presents to give to the under-10s. Apparently, there's going to be one of his reindeer there as well, and you can have actually, it's not really his reindeer. There's a bucking reindeer. If you've seen a bucking bronco cowboy thing, it's a bit like that, but it's a reindeer. Good luck to anybody who has the courage to mount that. I also read somewhere that there's a bungee thing going on there as well. I'm wondering which tall buildings that's to do with, or maybe it's a trampoline affair of some sort. I don't know. Probably have to go along and have a look, I think. But yeah, this is Christmas Fun Day, as you say, organised by the Watford Rural Parish Council on the 5th of December. Go along and find out what's going on there.
Okay, and the South Oxley Choir have a winter concert coming up shortly, and you can get your tickets now.
Yes, for anybody that doesn't know, the original South Oxley Community Choir was set up by Gareth Malone in 2008 for the BBC TV series Choir, The Unsung Town, and it was about a community effort to get people together using voices, using singing, using something that was actually very accessible to lots of people. People started meeting, a choir was formed, the BBC TV series was made, and look where Gareth Malone is. He's doing it all over the country now, in all sorts of communities, all sorts of settings, which is a fantastic thing. The South Oxley Community Choir Winter Concert is on Saturday the 12th of December. It's being held at St John's Church in Watford, that's Sutton Road in Watford, at 7 o'clock. They've got a varied programme from popular classics to classical pop, and obviously lots of Christmas music and carols where you can sing along. Tickets are £10. They're available. I'll post the link up online. Again, it's a bit of a long link, and they're available from Chris Rogers, who's their treasurer. But yeah, that sounds like a really fun event. That's Saturday the 12th of December at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, well, thank you for that. You're going to be back talking about restaurant reviews, I think, a bit later.
Kind of.
Yeah, oh, okay. Okay, well, thanks for that. This week, Link for Growth have several events coming up. Tomorrow, there's the Chris is going to be at Barracuda next to the market between 10 and 11:30. So it's a great opportunity to find out more about what Link for Growth is and how it works and what it does. It's, as I said, it's an opportunity to discover more about Link for Growth. Then on Wednesday, the 2nd of December, there's a Link for Growth coffee at Regis, Watford on Clarendon Road between 10 and 11:30. This is usually a very well-attended event, one of the better attended events because of its central location. The following day sees a Link for Coffee at Perk in Carpenter's Park, and that one starts at 9:30, unlike most Link for Coffees which start at 10 in the morning. That's between 9:30 and 11. Perk is a new independent cafe that's opened up in Carpenter's Park. It's a very nice atmosphere there. They serve really nice coffee. The fixtures and fittings are all of a high standard and everything. It's a really nice place to go. And then on Friday, this being the first Friday of the month, we have the monthly CSI lunch at Scotsbridge Mill between 12 and 2 p.m, which is a great opportunity for charities and companies to network together over a bite to lunch, bite to eat. And in the past, we've had several sort of significant collaborations occur because people have met at the lunch, so hopefully we'll see you all there. So obviously the last one before Christmas, the next one's going to be in January, so you know, pop along and see if you can, if you own a business, or see if you can help a charity between now and Christmas. So it's a great way to do that. As Neal alluded to, there is the Climate Change March on Sunday, which is not a Link for Growth event, but it is non-political. It's all in aid of World Climate Day. You can find details about that event by Googling Climate Change Day Watford, and the details of timings and routes and that sort of stuff will be there.
I think it's meeting by the pond at 12 o'clock, as far as I know.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I wasn't quite sure. So it's starting at 12 o'clock. Anyone can turn up. It's going to be apparently properly supervised with proper marshalling and stuff like that. So if you are interested in that sort of thing, then please do go along, or feel free to go along.
I was going to say as well, there's been 1 or 2 climate change marches across Europe at the moment, because of course there's the climate change summit coming up in Paris. So it is all very topical. It's all in the news. So yeah, if it really is something that you're passionate about, it's a good thing to get involved in.
Yes, yeah, and it's, as you say, it's happening everywhere, and everyone's encouraged to go on local marches to support the move for climate change. Sorry, you're nodding. I thought you were going to say yes.
Yes. Exactly.
Great. Okay. Restaurant review.
Yeah, kind of. There was a restaurant there, but actually I'm reviewing the Harry Potter studio tour, which I can't believe that I haven't done yet, to be honest, because we have been there several times. Now, we had some free tickets came our way on Tuesday, which is a really lovely thing that they do for the employees that work there. I think it's 2 or 3 nights in the year. They can invite friends and family along. So they have a bunch of free tickets to give away, and our daughter knows someone that works there, so we went along with her. There's also discounted goods on these particular tickets as well. So it was a lovely night. Everybody was very, very friendly. They're always a friendly bunch there. There was heightened security there, and I will say that much after what happened in Paris last week. We've never had our bags searched, we've never been frisked before, but there was a lot of security around there at the time, which is good to see. It's reassuring. But the studio tour itself, you're bombarded with Harry Potter, obviously. You can go along and see all the different props, you can see all the room settings, you can see how Quidditch works. It's quite an insight into how the films were actually put together. You can see all the original drawings, you can see the models that were made, and a lot of the animatronics and how they were put together. If you've never seen a Gryffindor, no, it is a Gryffindor? No, it's I can't remember what it is now. But anyway, you can see how they all work. It's a fascinating experience. On the way around, in the middle of the tour itself, you can stop and have a bite to eat. Obviously, you have your butterbeer, just like they do in Harry Potter. I'll warn you now, it's very sweet. But they have a very nice restaurant there, and they do a really lovely mac and cheese. So I can thoroughly recommend that. And then you sort of head out into the back lot, as they call it, which has the night bus. It has the bridge that you see in the Hogwarts Castle, along with lots of other of the bigger pieces that don't fit inside, like houses. But it's a fantastic tour. If ever you get a chance to go, do go. It's right on our doorstep, and we should all embrace what it's done for the area as well. While we were there, we were told they are actually filming the latest in the prequel trilogy that J.K. Rowling has written. And had a hand in producing as well, and they were filming the first one of those out there as well. So if you hear any bangs and whatever going around Watford at night time, that's what they're doing there at the moment. But as we know, the studios are used for lots and lots of big budget films these days, including the one that's coming out soon, which is In the Heart of the Sea, which is all about the Moby Dick thing. The tank that they used, the water tank that they used for the film, was all that filming was done at Leamston as well. You'll see lots of credits in the big films these days, and it's really put the studios on the map. It annoys me that they call it the London studios, because we're not London, and Leamston certainly isn't. But hey ho. If you do want to go, tickets are fairly reasonable for a major attraction. Adults are £31, children are £24. They do a family ticket as well for just over £100. Yeah, it's well worth it.
So roughly how long does it take to go around the entire...
They recommend, if you're really taking it all in, they recommend between 3 to 3.5 hours. So actually, there's an awful lot of value for money there, because you can spend as long as you like. You go in at a certain time. You get an allotted time when you go in, and once you're in, actually, you can just take your time and wander around. I mean, we've been 4 or 5 times now, maybe more. And each time you go, actually, there is something new to see. For instance, at the moment, they've got it all decked out in their winter wonderland, and there's crackers on the table, and there's tinsel up in the room sets. It's very sweet, and the attention to detail is superb. There's a lot to admire about what goes on there. It's great, and if you've got visitors coming to town, it's a great attraction, great local attraction to take them along to.
Okay, well, on that magical experience, I think it's time to say cheerio. And Catherine, thank you very much once again.
Thank you very much. Been a pleasure.
Okay, and thank you to Neal for his contribution, and to Chris. Both of them have disappeared, but oh, no, Neal's come back. No, he's on mute.
Thank you very much. It was good to be on the show.
That's okay, and we've mentioned the march, and Catherine said where everyone's meeting and everything, so we'll see you at the wine tasting tomorrow night, Neil.
Excellent. Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Okay, that's great, and from me, it's time to say goodbye and cheerio, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.